The rain had been falling for hours, tapping against the dented windows of Daniel Carter's small rental house on the edge of town. The single father sat on the couch with a blanket around his 8-year-old daughter, Lily trying to keep her warm after the old heater coughed itself silent again. Life had not been kind to Daniel these past few years, losing his wife, juggling 2 part-time jobs, and trying to keep life steady for the daughter he loved more than anything. Tonight was supposed to be quiet. Tonight, he had hoped to finally get some sleep after a long shift at the loading dock. But fate had different plans. Everything changed when a frantic knock echoed through the room. Daniel looked up confused. People didn't come out here, not at night, and certainly not during a storm heavy enough to drown out the world. Lily clung to his arm as he approached the door carefully. When he opened it, 2 drenched twin girls no older than 6 stood shivering on the porch. Tiny, identical and terrified. "Please," the girl in front whispered. "We need help." Daniel blinked in shock. "Where are your parents? What are you doing out here alone?" He stepped outside to look around, but the night swallowed everything. No car, no lights, no one. The second twin wiped her eyes, voice trembling. "Our dad. He told us to hide. Then we ran. We got lost." Her shoes squished as she stepped closer. "Please don't make us go back outside." Something deep inside Daniel, the part of him that remembered Lily being this small and scared after her mother passed, reacted instantly. He ushered them inside, wrapping towels around them as Lily brought her favorite blanket. "What are your names?" Daniel asked gently. "I'm Emma," the first twin said. "And this is Ella." The girls sat close, gripping each other's hands as though the world might tear them apart if they separated. Daniel noticed bruising along one of the girls' knees, a torn dress and the way they flinched at sudden sounds. His heart tightened. "You're safe here," he assured them. "No one is going to hurt you tonight." Lily watched them with wide eyes, but soon smiled and offered them cookies she had saved from school. It was the first time Daniel saw the twins relax. Slowly they warmed up, their shoulders loosening, their eyes drifting around the worn little house that suddenly felt full. Hours passed, and after feeding them soup and letting them borrow Lily's extra pajamas, the girls finally fell asleep on the couch, curled against each other like 2 small kittens. Daniel stood there watching them with a strange ache in his chest. He didn't know who they were or what had driven them into the storm, but he knew one thing. They trusted him. Lily tugged on his sleeve. "Daddy, can they stay? Just for tonight?" He nodded. "Just for tonight." Morning came quietly. The storm had passed, leaving a pale sunlight that slipped through the windows and stretched across the floor. Daniel cooked breakfast, pancakes shaped like hearts, the only thing he could make that didn't burn. The smell filled the house and the twins woke with sleepy smiles. "Is this for us?" Ella asked as though she couldn't believe it. "Of course," Daniel replied. "You're my guests." Emma suddenly wrapped her arms around him. The hug was small but desperate. Daniel froze, then gently hugged her back. There was so much fear inside these 2 little girls, more than any child should carry. After breakfast, Daniel made the decision to call the police, not to turn them in, but to report that 2 lost children had been found. As he dialed, both twins panicked. "No, please," Emma cried. "They'll take us back to him." "To who?" Daniel asked, confused. "Our dad," Ella whispered. "He's not like you. He's different." Before Daniel could ask more, a black SUV rolled to a stop outside his house. The door opened immediately and 4 men in suits stepped out. Daniel's entire body tensed. He rushed toward the girls protectively. A tall man with sharp eyes, dressed in a tailored charcoal coat, approached with urgency in his steps. He scanned the property before his gaze landed on the twins inside the doorway. "Emma, Ella," he breathed, shattering into relief as he hurried forward. The girls froze. "Dad," they whispered. The man instantly softened. He knelt in front of them. "I've been looking everywhere for you. You scared me half to death." His hands trembled as he reached for them but stopped, noticing their hesitation. He swallowed hard. "I'm sorry if I ever made you feel unsafe. I've been trying to protect you from things you shouldn't have to know yet." Daniel stood behind them, arms crossed, ready to intervene if necessary. "Who are you?" he asked. The man stood. "My name is Adrian Cole." Daniel's eyes widened. Everyone in the city knew that name. Adrian was the quiet but powerful billionaire who owned half the real estate development projects downtown. But the man standing here looked nothing like the cold, polished face from magazines. He looked like a terrified father. "I didn't know they'd run," Adrian said quietly. "There was an attempted kidnapping last night. Men who were after me. I told them to hide when the alarm system went off. I thought they were safe in the panic room. But when we finally got the situation under control, they were gone." Daniel felt the twins tremble behind him. "They were scared," Daniel said. "And they said they didn't want to go back." Adrian's face collapsed at that. "I know I've failed at making them feel secure. Since their mother died, I've buried myself in work. I thought giving them the best would make up for it." He looked at his daughters with raw regret. "But I forgot. They needed me more than anything money could buy." Emma peeked around Daniel. "You were always busy." "And you always had guards," Ella added. Adrian stepped closer slowly, as if approaching frightened animals. "I swear to you, from this moment on, I'll be here. No more leaving you with staff, no more excuses. You're my world." His voice broke. "Just come home, please." The twins exchanged a look. Then Emma spoke softly. "We want to go home, but only if you promise to be like him." She pointed at Daniel. Adrian's eyes turned glossy. "I'll try my hardest, I promise." The girls finally stepped forward. First Emma hugged him, then Ella. Adrian closed his eyes, relief flooding through him as he held them. When he finally stood, Adrian faced Daniel with a deep breath. "I owe you more than I can ever repay. You protected my daughters without knowing who they were. You fed them, sheltered them, gave them something I haven't been able to give, peace." Daniel shook his head. "I just did what any father would." "No," Adrian said. "Many wouldn't. You opened your door to two strangers, children in the middle of the night, with nothing to gain." He looked around Daniel's small, worn house, the peeling paint, the broken heater, the second-hand furniture. "You're raising your daughter alone?" Adrian asked softly. "Yes." "You're a good man." Adrian reached into his pocket. "Let me help you." "I don't want money," Daniel said immediately. "It's not money," Adrian replied. "It's opportunity." Minutes later, after the girls were safely in the SUV, Adrian handed Daniel a card with a handwritten number on the back. "This is my private line. I want to offer you a job, one that pays well, gives benefits, and flexibility so you can spend more time with your daughter. A man like you, I could use on my team, not because of pity, but because integrity is rare. And you have it." Daniel hesitated. "I'll think about it," Adrian nodded. "That's all I ask." Before leaving, the twins insisted on giving Daniel and Lily one last hug. "Thank you for saving us," they said in unison. As the SUV left, Lily slipped her small hand into Daniel's. "Dad, do you think we'll see them again?" Daniel looked at the card, then at the road disappearing in the distance. Something told him their lives had just changed forever. "I think we will," he said softly. 2 weeks later, Daniel stood in a towering glass building downtown. The lobby gleamed, the city lights reflecting across the marble floors. Adrian himself greeted him at the elevator. "I'm glad you came," Adrian said, shaking his hand. Your new office is ready." Daniel, still overwhelmed, looked around. "This doesn't feel real." "It will," Adrian said with a warm smile. "You earned this." Then the elevator opened and Daniel stepped inside, toward a new life, a better future for Lily, and a connection with a family he'd saved without knowing who they were. Sometimes fate doesn't knock once. Sometimes it sends two little girls in the rain.